All right, do you think this is a free country right now?
I think it's as free as we can be.
All right. What do you think of like the concept of a government issued permit, such as like, you know, if you want to modify your home or something, or if you want to sell anything on the street, you know, something, yeah, like what do you think of permit in that sense?
For instance, if you have a business, even if it's a small business, I think it's fair that you pay, something reasonable, right? Or in case that you're making an improvement in your house, but it has to be reasonable, and there has to be rules about it. It cannot be like, whatever, the government wants. It has to be regulated.
Permission from the government.
So if you want to cut a tree on your house,
exactly,
not allowed to.
Yeah.
Well, again, it's the whole idea of property ownership is an evolving thing. If you look way back into England, that was one of the things that drove people to America in the first place, the feudal system, and the landowners were the wealthy. And that was thought to be what would happen when they came to the United States, that the British had that in mind. But having land for everybody, you should be able to do what you want with your own property. But again, there's got to be within a framework of society, and nowadays with ecology, which is super important. It's something that they started to teach us when I was a kid in school, and it kind of slowly taken hold, and still, I think, dropped the ball a lot as far as developing land and preserving open space.
Like building something and that you have to get approval from the government to build whatever you want on your own property, I feel like that's wrong, because you do need to get a permit. And then selling on the street, I feel like you can sell whatever you want on the street. It's public property. You don't need a permit to put up a table and sell whatever you make.
Okay. And would you say that, and then to charge for that permit, for that permission slip from the government, like, would you say that's
just an added tax that the government found a loophole in to just get money out of us, and so they can regulate what goes on especially in New York City.
And as far as owning property in a country, do you think that anyone has the right to own property in a country that taxes property ownership?
I guess not, right? Because if we're all paying for it and then somebody owns it privately, then then shouldn't be able to. In this sense.
Yeah, because like if you have a property tax, then that you don't really own the land so much or own the property. It's like you have an asset that is contingent based on you paying your annual lease.
Yeah. So I guess in that sense, then no, we shouldn't be able to.
Or reasonable in terms of, for instance, if it's a business, how profitable is your business? How much money are you getting from the business? In terms of home, for instance, like how much money you get, like related. It has to be related to your income, for instance, and the place where you are. For instance, there are some cities that they have higher taxes, so you pay more money when you make an improvement.
If you look at some of these carts, you damn well hope they're regulated in some way or form, because you don't want anybody to come up here and set up a cart and not have any framework of society to work in, any framework of cleanliness or law, or keeping track of who's out there selling what to whom. And if something like that, which I agree needs to be done, and the restaurants are monitored, they pay their licensing fees too, and it's kind of a self-defeating thing that the more regulation you need, the more you need to pay for the regulation. So there's a cycle there that's troublesome to a lot of people. I do agree.
Name this wonderful woman here.
That's Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
You know this gentleman here?
Is that a girl?
You know what that is?
Sure, it's got girl lips, lipstick on it, Justin Bieber.
The U.S. created in 1776.
A republic?
You're correct.
Democracy.
I believe it's a democracy.
A representative democracy?
A democracy.